I tried to smoothly fade out the music, but I'm bad at that apparently. Hi guys. I just spent the last 5 minutes running around my house trying to make coffee, so it's cool. Welcome. Apparently we have Spazzy on. I've been missing. Which one is Spazzy? Which one is Spazzy's icon? There it is. Hello! Okay. I'm gonna bring him in just a moment.
I forgot to put the other
Hello.
clip in.
Welcome.
You scared
Welcome.
me. And by
So
you
this-
scared me, you didn't, but...
The second clip from the Darkwing Duck episode of DuckTales that just aired, entitled "The Duck Knight Returns," is kind of like a best of Ben Affleck as superheroes. It's great. It's just, you should watch it.
I'll watch it after the
After the stream.
I'm watching it right now.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I was a goddamn anime character. I was running around the house with a bagel in my mouth, trying to get some water, trying to get coffee, very anxiously glancing at the stream every time I came downstairs to see how far the timer was along.
You gotta cold brew your coffee overnight, man, and your oats for the morning. Get everything ready.
He gets it.
Yeah. So, how is everyone today? Everyone, introduce yourselves. That's right. We haven't done
listen,
that yet.
this Darkwing Duck thing is so great in meta. They keep showing the shot of pearls falling, which is amazing in this trailer. Because that's every Batman movie.
So yeah, Spazzy's
Also,
here.
you know,
as you
pearls
can tell,
don't even if you pull actual pearls, they're beaded individually, and they're not going to fall like that anyways. More Hollywood nonsense, okay? If Martha Wayne's pearls get broken, they're not going to fall onto the floor dramatically in slow motion.
So yeah, Spazzy's here, as you can tell, gabbing on about bullshit. AsHadowLink is here because he has a bagel in his mouth. I'm here because I'm cozy in bed.
I just got back from the gym.
And Dustin
nice.
just came back from war.
Very nice.
I was going to go to the gym, and then I ate some leftover fajitas in my refrigerator, and I said I might as well just do some Good Morning Source Gaming.
I just woke up and I'm all comfy cozy in bed, so...
Fajita time.
Hey, Ralph, you really are the bad guy.
Hi, Schnitzel from Chowder. Yeah, you guys can all introduce yourselves in the chat, or we can introduce you. Hey, it's Pizza Man Dude Guy, Pizza Dude Man Guy, Pizza Guy Man Dude. It's the Pizza
that guy.
I feel like any order would be good.
Yeah, pizza's good, man.
Dude, pizza, man guy.
Yeah, I enjoyed your nightmare. I don't remember what you call your series of where you talk about what characters would be like in Smash, but I enjoyed Nightmare.
How long until AShadowLink starts talking about that product that shan't be named again? I'm gonna click this button, and it's gonna be on screen.
I'm
There we
waiting for
go.
it. I don't see it.
What? Well, Hubba.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
That was it.
Quiet man time. Okay.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Whoa, what does this button do?
Did it?
Yep.
Did he
Okay.
leave?
I like better.
Aw. So we got a lot of exciting stuff we're talking to you about today.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
Oh,
know what
God.
it is because I just kind of joined last minute.
Yeah.
But I'm sure Mario Maker 2 is going to be a big part of it at the end.
We're talking Mario Maker 2. We're talking Saints Row. We're talking about Mario 64 speedrunning. We're talking about Push Dustin's PTSD. We're talking about exploding bonbons from Harry Potter World. Everything's here.
Everything's here.
So Matt, tell us about Mario 64 speedrunning, because you're so anxious to share with the class.
Okay. So, lately, I finished my latest semester at college, and I was just like, I want to play Super Mario 64. So then I picked up Super Mario 64, And then I started watching a whole bunch of speedrunning videos made by shoutouts to SimpleFlips. SimpleFlips, his Twitter is in the chat, description. But yeah, SimpleFlips. He showed me the light. He showed me all of these techniques, all of these moves. Do a triple flip, wall kick. The backwards long jump. I have learned that there is so much complexity to the movement in Mario 64. Like, I knew it was like far above what it needed to be already, but like I wasn't aware of the full depth of it. And the thing about Mario 64 is there's like a learning curve to the movement, where you're probably not gonna do too well starting off, because it plays very different from even games released today. Like, it's like Super Mario Odyssey is still like a far cry from Mario 64 in terms of control.
Let's talk about Far Cry.
But yeah,
I like transitions. Come on.
Yeah. After like 3 hours sitting down with Super Mario 64, I felt like more confident. I could do wall kicks, and I felt like Yahoo woohoo guy. I felt like I was really. It made me feel like I was really Mario. But holy shit. I still haven't been able to backwards long jump yet, but I've learned how to triple flip wall kick, and that's cool. I don't even think that's what it's called, but I'm gonna call it that anyway because it sounds nice. But
so, what kind of self-imposed challenge are you doing?
I'm trying to follow the speedrun route. Just to see if I can. Which is quite a predicament because I don't know how to do half the shit that's required to do that. Right now I'm at Bowser 1 and I'm the worst at that first Bowser level. Holy shit, I just keep falling off. But it's like really, really fun trying to learn all of these techniques and routes. And I genuinely feel like this is something that I might actually like legitimately pick up with a steering wheel for Source Gaming.
I was gonna ask what you were using, but okay, steering wheel, got it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh man, I can never get into speedrunning. I guess especially recently, I don't have enough time to like. I don't 100% games. You know what I mean? I don't have time to even play I've got a massive backlog. I can't imagine like going back and continuously playing Mario 64 to. I mean, I can to shave a couple seconds off beating it. I mean, I can understand the appeal of the challenge. It's just personally for me, it's not something that appeals to me at all. Although I do kind of want to try out some of the randomizers for like Link to the Past and Super Metroid and Link to the Past and Super Metroid.
I've taken a dabble at the randomizer for Ocarina of Time, and some kooky shit happens. You can randomize all the sound effects, so it set everything up so that all of the horse neighs were just Link screaming.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
It's good. It's good.
Oh man, yeah. Like I said, I really want to try the one that combines Link to the Past and Super Metroid because it looks kind of insane. But I feel like my knowledge of Super Metroid isn't quite. It's a game I used to play like yearly, but I haven't played it in a while, and I feel like I would hate to like not remember where a specific missile pack is on a wall or something, and have that, be like the Power Glove or something. So I feel like maybe I need to play those games a little bit more just to refamiliarize myself with everything.
I only partake in the speed running strats when I've just played a game enough that I can just like, oh, I guess I'll try this next time I play. You know, like
Yeah.
like it's one of those things where it's like, well, I've played Doom like 300,000 times. I might as well learn how to skate my way from start to finish.
Yeah, like I said, it's just like I would like I got to a point like with Breath of the Wild, for instance, where I uncovered all the memories and I did all of the dungeons and I got the Master Sword, but there's still a couple hundred Korok seeds or whatever, and I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm not somebody, and that's why it's all, and you know, it's my personal experience, so it's kind of BS for me to like impose it on other people. But that's why I'm always like, when people are all like, "Oh my god, they made it so hard to 100% complete this game," I'm like, just don't 100% complete it, man.
Well, absolutely don't.
Yeah.
Do not.
Yeah.
I've gotten too close for comfort with that. I almost did it, and then I decided it's time to stop.
Mentality, like growing up, like I used to always go for like the platinum trophies and 100% and everything like that. And since
I played Donkey Kong Country. I feel like
after
that was
college,
the first game I played where I'm like, oh god damn it, I had to collect all these stupid things.
after college, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, you know, I've got more important things to do.
I can't do it. I don't have time.
I know this is, you know, Colin's favorite game, the new God of War for the PS4. He loves it because it's a full game experience and not just an interactive movie. But I actually did enjoy God of War a lot, and I got to a point where I'm all like, nah, might as well just beat it because I want to, because it's a story and I want to see where the narrative goes. And the longer it takes for me to beat it, the more likely I'm just going to wander on something online that tells me the everything for the game. So I beat it. And at that point, I'm like, oh, now I can, like, there's so much more to explore and all the Valkyries and this and that. And it would have been fun and I could have done it. But I'm like, yeah, but I'd rather go play Spider-Man now, man. I haven't even started Spider-Man. I'm going to do that. It's an entirely new game experience. Why am I going to spend another 20 or 30 hours just, you know, playing this game? And like, it's a personal thing. Like, I get it, man. I think a lot of it is when, you know, you start to get older. I know you understand me, Push. When you have a real job and other things, like, you have more limited gaming time and more limited time for everything in general. So, like, it's not a thing. But yeah, I think you gotta let go of that, man. You gotta let go of that mentality. And if it's not easy depending on your personality, but if you're the sort of person that's like, I can't play this game because there's too much to do, just don't. I remember Xenoblade was a game like that for me, where like I tried to play it and I was just like, I can't play this game. And then a couple months later, I came back and I said, I'm just doing the story, and I ended up loving the game because I didn't do the 10 million side quests.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I played Xenoblade. I got like 30 hours in, and I got to like the first major story beat, where you get the Dunban as a party member. And then somebody like yelled at me, telling me that's like 8 hours in. What the fuck were you doing? And I'm just like, I did the side quests. Like, why? The side quests are terrible. I'm just like, oh god.
Yeah, that's exactly the problem with Xenoblade, because it's what is it? Colony 9, the first colony, has a million side quests, and they're all really boring. And you haven't progressed the narrative. You don't have party members, so it's not fun. You have to get at least to like in Smash, Gower Plains is the stage because it's supposed to be like a beginning part of the game that everyone's seen, but you could totally get there after 30 or 40 hours, easy. Yeah. Anyways, so I'm sorry I kind of hijacked your speedrunning thing. Is there anything else you want to talk about with that?
So people are learning how to play Mario 64 without pressing the A button. It's some wild shit. Currently, there's no way to beat the game at all without jumping at least once, but they're getting close. They're getting fucking close to figuring out how to beat a jumping game without jumping.
That's insane.
Don't jump, man.
That's so fucking weird. That's so weird.
There's so much love for that game.
There is. There's so much love
yeah.
for the Mario franchise because like the same thing has been happening with Odyssey and all that. But like the Odyssey discoveries have been so much quicker because there's like more ways to play in Odyssey, so you can kind of bullshit it a bit more. Like
there's so many movement options.
Yeah. Is that it? Is that?
All right, that was a good morning.
All right, it's good morning,
guys.
Source Gaming. I guess I'll go next.
Apparently, people keep bringing up the half A button press, so I think we need to.
Sorry, I almost choked on my coffee. Hey, what's up?
I think the parallel universes. Talk about the parallel universes.
The QPUs, yeah.
We Pan and Koic does this thing where he's learning how to play the game with half A presses, and I don't even know how to begin to describe what half an A press is.
How do you do it on a steering wheel?
Isn't it like where you like push it down but you don't push it up?
I don't even know how that's possible.
Like you don't let go, and so it like stores the half press when you enter a new area.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, that's how it works. You're making all of these parallel universes where Mario is permanently jumping.
It's like Schrodinger's Mario. He's jumping and he's not jumping at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah. You won't figure out if he jumps unless you look at him.
The video that bizarrely is very condescending at explaining this, which is why everyone loves that video so much, is like 25 minutes long.
Yeah.
And even if you follow along, it's still like the weirdest fucking thing you will ever experience, because to accomplish what you need to accomplish with that takes like 15 hours.
Yeah, because like they store presses.
Yeah. And you have to like gain speed over a course of like half a day. You gotta do the AVGN Terminator thing where you have a wrench on your N64 controller and you can walk away. Yeah. That half A press video, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but Jesus Christ, I never want to start a conversation with him. Unless we get him on Good Morning Source Gaming, in which case I'll start a conversation with him. But oh my god.
Yeah, so Pan and Koic and SimpleFlips, if you're ever watching this or aware, we would like you to be on Good Morning Source Gaming and talk about Mario 64 and the wild shit you can do with that.
I guess I'll also extend the hand to Desync if he ever wants to talk about Half-Life speedrunning on Good Morning Source Gaming. There you go, I guess.
I'd also like to extend an invite to my mom. Just if she's out there watching, please call me back. It's
I've also been looking into Mario 64 ROM hacking. Because there's a fucking lot of that, but the specific one that everyone like points to is the Mario 64 Online, which is like wild. You can like collect stars together and they'll add up to a total count. That is something.
Do you both just play as the same version of Mario? Do you exist in the same instance?
You exist in the same world. You can play as the same version of Mario, but there's also like 12 other characters. Like, you can play as Kirby. You can play as Luigi. You can play as Sonic. You could play as Knuckles. And Knuckles.
Can you play as Mario? Like Mario's old best friend?
Oh no, I'm sorry, he's not added yet. You gotta at Kaze M&R to get Mario
you can play as
in
regular
the game.
Giuseppe, the most disappointing of the Mario brothers.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I wanna really try Super Mario 64 Online someday.
Are the characters just skins, or do they have actual different traits?
They have different abilities, like Luigi jumps higher. Wario has a shoulder bash.
Okay.
Peach floats. some cool stuff.
That sounds interesting. I would be interested to see it.
Yeah. But yeah, maybe someday we can stream Blacklisted by Nintendo.
I mean, we've already done a few things on here.
So I guess you're welcome for us not bringing Bryhard back. That was a super chat donation, so I'll go ahead and say that from Schnitzel from Chowder. I'll say this about Bryhard. I'm not as close as everyone else in this chat with him, but he's generally a good guy. But he very much speaks his mind sometimes and doesn't really,
he has no filter.
Yeah,
he doesn't think before he says things.
Exactly, but he also doesn't really mean anything by it. So, it is what it is.
I'll do another stream sometime where I play Fortnite with him, and it's Fortnite.
Yeah, it's Fortnite, so it's already offensive
Fortnite.
to me.
Yeah.
It cancels Brian out. Like, normally he'd offend the viewers, but you're already playing Fortnite, so they're too busy being upset about Fortnite.
Oh man. Oh hey, so have you guys? What's the deal with the Tetris 99 retro skin?
Oh yeah, unlock that? You have to get 100 points in the cup.
In the little marathon mode.
Yeah, and you can get a certain amount of points depending on what rank you place. So like if you are like I think 80 to like 99, then you get only 1 point. And then, like, if you're above that, you get, like, 3 or 5 points. And if you're number 1, you get 100 points. Once you collect 100 points, then you can unlock the theme permanently.
I usually finish in the top 20, so I can probably unlock it pretty quick.
It took me, like, about, like, a half hour, because I haven't been playing Tetris 99 for a while, and people have gotten a lot better at it.
Yeah, I've only played it twice. I got to 8th on my second time, and I said, that's good enough, man. What do I have to prove? I'm good at Tetris.
You need to practice the offline mode. Actually, all 3 of the battle royales that I actually give any sort of mind to have been updated in the last couple of weeks. Because Tetris 99 got the offline DLC, which people got really mad about.
Which I don't really understand because it's Tetris. I mean, you're gonna have to buy it normally.
Yeah, on any platform you buy Tetris.
It's just giving an option to people who didn't buy Nintendo Online the ability to play Tetris 99 and also giving you the ability to play it offline and as a full game.
Yeah.
As far as egregious Nintendo things go, that's pretty all right in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, people feel pretty entitled. There's about 1 million signatures to get a new season 8 of Game of Thrones right now. That's just where we're at as a society. And I say that as somebody that doesn't like season 8 of Game of Thrones. Calm down, people.
Also, like the $10 is not just for the 2 modes that they release, but for other things that they are planning on releasing.
Yeah,
in the future.
it's like a season pass.
Yeah, so I don't know. I thought people were kind of
I don't get
overstepping that.
Fortnite got a John Wick mode, which unless they add a pencil as a weapon, I don't care. Unless the Payday Gang is added to Fortnite, I don't care.
I think John Wick is going to be the movie that unseats Endgame domestically. We'll see this weekend.
Oh boy. And then Danger Zone. I was talking about Danger Zone last week, which is the Counter-Strike Battle Royale, but it got a new map along with a bunch of new items and stuff that have previously have been in Counter-Strike, and then just really weird concepts like exo boots, which is fucking bizarre for Counter-Strike, but I'll welcome it just for Danger Zone. And man, I've just been playing a lot of Counter-Strike. I really like Counter-Strike.
It's actually really funny. Push, you were talking about your mom earlier. My mom was watching, and she brought me coffee.
Oh. Oh.
How sweet.
Yeah.
Would have been weird if it was Push's mom that brought you coffee, but you know.
Yeah.
Mom. No.
You guys talked about Detective Pikachu last week, right?
We did? No, we did. Okay, so Brian talked about it, and I think Tris talked about a little bit. I didn't because I was mere hours away from watching it, but now I've seen it.
Okay.
Have you guys seen Detective Pikachu?
It's
I saw
all
it.
sorts of okay.
Yeah.
I liked it,
Thought it was all right. It
but
was,
that's really about it. That's where the love ends. It's kind of like I liked it.
here's my thought on it. It's very clearly a kids movie, but it does a
Mhm.
good job of world building and creating the world. Like it's not really for me. It's not really for us. It's really for kids. I mean, the Ryan Reynolds humor is great. It's got a lot of throwbacks
Mhm.
to old Pokemon designs that are cool and fun to watch. So older fans will enjoy it. But like when you're following the plot and the characterizations and some of the silly stuff, it's a kids movie, you know?
Yeah.
That is a movie made for kids and people like my friend who, despite being a fully grown adult woman, brought a Pokemon like a Pikachu plush from Build-A-Bear into the theater. She is a mad lad. But
I just don't understand how they're going to do because I heard that they're it's first of all it's the beginning of the Poke universe,
yeah.
but I heard that they're specifically going to do another Detective Pikachu, and the way that movie ends, I
Yeah.
don't know how you do that.
It is, I don't know. I think my biggest complaint
Although if I was going to write it, it'd be that Ryan Reynolds has to go undercover now.
my biggest complaint of Detective Pikachu is like halfway through, I'm just like, this is fucking Zootopia.
Kinda.
Yeah, but I mean,
yeah,
Kind of.
yeah.
it's not like Zootopia. Zootopia was a great movie because of the execution, but it's not like the actual like message or setup was.
It's not the same.
mind-blowing.
It's not the same. What is it? It's not the same allegory
Mhm. Yeah,
at
it's like they're
all.
but same
It's
beats.
it's more simplified, but it has a lot of the same plot points. Which I mean every story has been told before, so I guess it's it's not
Yeah,
that
I saw a
egregious.
lot of
But
Roger Rabbit comparisons, and I get that.
yeah,
Roger Rabbit's a better movie, but
Mhm.
I get it because you're kind of juxtapositioning the Pokemon world with the real world. And like everyone knows everyone exists there, and it's also a detective
Mhm.
story. And I like Justice Smith, but he was not that great in this movie. But then
oh my
again,
god, the female lead was awful.
Oh yeah.
she was acting
She was
like
too
she was
too
in
forced.
another movie. Yeah, like
She was acting like she was in a Nickelodeon Dan Schneider project. like
Oh my God.
every line of dialogue was like, "Yes, I'm a reporter. That is how I work. This is my side." It's like
Okay.
enunciate.
Dial it down, man. Dial it down.
Yeah.
Her side duck was pretty great though.
Yeah. That was ultimately
It's kind of like
the one thing I was hoping. I wish there was more Pokemon stuff.
you know what?
Yeah.
It's kind of like and stay with me for a second now. Like a much less egregious version of the Warcraft movie, in which
Yeah.
I was all like, "Hey, all the orc stuff is cool. Why are we spending time with these humans that look like they're doing bad cosplay? It's
Yeah.
really bad. Their acting is terrible and they look awful. Let's go back to the orcs."
I mean, the Warcraft movie also made me want to sleep. But Detective Pikachu at least has like stuff happening. in that
Yeah, it
movie.
also has Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love I don't know I loved all the references to Pokemon because I'm a boomer. I'm a dirty Gen 1er. I liked the Pokemon theme, the weird man. I was talking to Brian about this not during the podcast, but after I had seen it, and I really wonder how this movie's going to be perceived in Japan. I know those opinions are
Detective
probably out
Pikachu?
there already. Yeah,
Why
because
don't you
like,
ask why don't you ask
it-
a person here that's in Japan?
It was out before the US in Japan.
so I guess my question is like does I don't know how does Japan view like the American version of the Pokemon anime?
Um
Because like shit like the Pokemon theme and like the
yeah.
Poke Rap are
Mhm.
like very specifically American made things.
Yeah.
And I imagine they're probably viewed as like these like bizarre, weird, like one-off things that happen to exist. And I
Mhm.
imagine those things being referenced in the movie, unless they're swapped out in the Japanese version of Detective Pikachu,
Yeah.
must come
When I-
off as like really bizarre.
I remember I not one of my students, but one of my co-teachers. She said that her students thought that Detective Pikachu was a Japanese movie. They were just like completely unaware that it was a Western movie. But I watched the movie with subtitles, so I could hear the original English.
Yeah.
And I think with the poke rap time, when he was singing the Pokemon theme song, it was just a translation of the theme song. It wasn't the Japanese version.
I imagine so many people were thrown off by that.
Yeah.
Because that's got to be such a specific. Because
Well, what's
the
the
poker
general
rap
reception
isn't in the
like?
movie, but yeah.
What's the general reception like that you've seen? Bush, is it viewed
Um,
positively?
Well, when I went, it was like the theater was not full at all. It was like maybe a weekend, and
I mean, the theater wasn't full here either.
yeah,
Honestly, it did go okay, but it wasn't.
yeah, and I would say actually most of the people there were actually foreigners,
Hmm.
and not Japanese.
I mean, I think it was the best, not adjusted for inflation video game opening of all time. Adjusted for inflation, it's still Tomb Raider. Lara Croft for Smash. Anyways, yeah, it was good. There's something I was actually going to bring up about it. Now I don't recall. Yeah, and people were like, "It's like, how do you not hear Deadpool?" I'm all like, "How do you go to any movie starring any actor and not think of every other role they've been in?" It's called acting.
Yeah.
It's just. Yeah, I was watching Les Mis, but I was really taken out when Wolverine started singing. I'm like, no, man, come on, it's a movie.
How are movie theaters perceived in Japan? They're movie theaters.
Like the movie theaters are pretty similar to the ones in America. They're same setup. You can get your tickets. You can get the overpriced snacks, and then you can go and sit in a stadium style seat and have watch a movie. It's pretty much the same.
I'm actually really upset because when I was in Japan, I was trying to convince my my gaggle of friends to go see Kong Skull Island.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, oh, well, I'm here,
Yeah.
But they were like, unless it's a Japanese movie, I don't want to go see it. And it's like,
Why would
yeah,
you-
but you still get the theater going experience.
I mean, like none of them really spoke Japanese that well, right?
No, they didn't.
They would just be so lost.
Yeah. I was like, come on, it's a big monkey movie. It's a big
Speaking of Kong
monster
Skull
movie.
Island,
Goddamn.
I believe next week is Godzilla. Or is it
Yeah.
Aladdin?
It's I think it's both.
That is definitely the weekend that that Endgame's not going to be number one. Like I said, I think John Wick will topple it. Probably going to go see that later today. I enjoy the John Wicks. Scott,
Yeah, it is next week. Godzilla
Actually,
is next
I haven't
week.
seen any of the John Wicks.
John Winks.
John Winks.
John
John
winks before he stabs you with a pencil.
John Twinks. It's a different thing, man.
Oh shit.
The John Wick movies are literally perfect. I mean, they're not perfect movies, but they're like literally perfect. You know what I mean?
For
like,
what
they're
they
just,
are, they do.
Yeah.
They set out with a specific intention and they do it.
Mm-hmm.
They're good.
It's like
they're
the
good
Expendables.
kung fu action. Yeah, like it kind of reminds me of old John Woo movies, but not as stupid.
Mhm.
Like it's good.
They're a
Keanu's
lot more
great.
self-aware. Like I was like giggling the entire first half of the first John Wick because it
Yeah.
was so like it like every single fucking scene in that movie was done with like a wink and a smile.
Oh yeah, the second movie, they're all like, and everybody is now an assassin.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just like took it to the next level. It's very comic book, not not superhero comic book, because there are, in fact, I don't know if you guys know this, but comic books that don't include people with tights.
Yeah.
But
What?
yeah, it reminds me of a lot of like kind of
Like Punisher.
late 90s action comics, like a lot of Millar stuff. It's cool though. Like if you like action movies, if you like good fight choreography, good like kind of gunfight shootouts. John
If you
Wick is
like
something-
Man Fires Gun, you'll like John Wick.
Yeah.
It's Ip
yeah.
Man with guns. That's like the best way to put it. That's
pretty much, yeah.
yeah.
Like that's why they use the term gun fu, because it's like, yeah, there's like crazy gun choreography. Yeah, but I think the movie I might be I guess as far as blockbusters go, the movie I might be looking forward to the most this year is that Godzilla King of the Monsters. It looks so good, and it's been getting the proper response from people who would know, and they're like, that it's just like a giant, insane kaiju fighting movie, which is like something that America has not understood with the other giant monster movies that they've been doing.
I can't believe
Roland Emmerich's got.
I can't believe
Jeez, the last
Godzilla
few
King
American...
of Monsters has the Quiet Man in it.
Oh my god. Stop that.
I posted a link in the chat. There's the Quiet Man. I'm gonna try to get it up on the screen. This is important.
You're such a...
Pacific Rim was all right, but Toro actually has
Last like 10 years of monster movies that have been made by Hollywood, I've enjoyed 2 of them.
Which would be
The Pacific Rim.
Yeah, that's the one I just said.
and Rampage.
I still haven't cut Rampage. I thought Kong Skull Island was okay. You brought that one up.
I really wanted to like Kong Skull Island. I didn't like it nearly as much as I hoped I would. Maybe it was because I ended up not watching it in the theater, but instead on a wall in my room. But I don't know. I was hoping for a movie that was like way more goofy. Not even like ironically, just like I was hoping for a movie that was just more fun. And I just like I hated the fact that despite having this cast of like absolute just like this is the fucking best actors you can get, the movie was like, oh no, our 2 main leads are Loki and Cardboard, and I'm like, oh,
Brie Larson?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, they're the worst. They're the most boringest of all of these other crazy characters. Man, John C. Reilly isn't the main character in that movie. Like, he's the best. He's
the only person that knows what movie he's in.
They get rid of John Goodman like a third into the movie. Like, what the fuck is going on?
I agree. That was, you know what it kind of felt like to me. You bring up Loki and Captain Marvel there. It feels like those Phase 1 Marvel movies.
Oh no, that's absolutely what they were trying to do.
Where they're all like, well, I guess we need to have a Thor movie because we're going to put Thor in the Avengers, so whatever.
Oh yeah, because they have the end credit scene where Godzilla goes, normies. He does this like famous scream, and Loki kind of looks at it like, oh, there's a sequel coming.
He's like, I'm not going to be in it because of reasons.
But
yeah,
I liked Rampage a lot, if only because I cannot. I fucking love Rampage, if only because it's like it drops any and all pretense. It's just like, here's a movie where 3 monsters fuck up Chicago, and here's The Rock to shoot some grenades while all that's going on. And you're like, yeah.
Isn't Negan in that movie as Negan?
Mm-hmm.
As business Negan?
It's so fun. That actually, oh man. Watch Rampage. Man, last year was really good for movies that were not necessarily good, but were like amazingly fun. Between that and like Venom.
Yeah, I have complicated feelings on Venom. Because the thing is, Venom felt like a 90s comic book movie, and as campy as it is and as fun as it is, it's all because of Tom Hardy. If Tom Hardy wasn't Venom, that movie would have been awful.
Venom is the Spider-Man 4 I've been wanting. and I love Tom Hardy. I love that he does a fucking Charlie Day impression the entire movie. I love that the villain is like Elon Musk. I love that they're setting up a sequel that might happen because the movie made money. I like the fact that it might play into the Spider-Verse universe. I like that they actually
Marvel and Disney can't stop them from being like, yeah, we'll put Tom Holland in it. I have no say in that.
I love that apparently it actually is set in the MCU between Infinity War and Endgame, which is amazing.
Oh.
That's why there's no heroes.
Yeah. I really hope they make Venom 2 Carnage. Like I had so much
Oh,
fun.
it's
Watch.
either gonna be called because they like to take names of famous comic arcs, Maximum Carnage,
Mhm.
or which I hope, because that's the most 90s name, or Separation Anxiety. Both great names.
You know what's the best way to put it? Venom is like the 2010s version of like Darkman. If you've ever seen Darkman, like it's just like this like hilariously cartoony and trying a little too hard to be dark and edgy comic book movie. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
it's really dumb bad, but it's really fantastic.
yeah, I definitely enjoyed Venom.
Yeah.
Venom.
Venom.
Oh man, I can't wait to see a live action. I can't wait for 20 years from now when Disney's doing animated versions of their live action remakes of their animated classics. That's gonna be
It's full circle.
yeah.
We're gonna get 3D animated versions.
You know, someone I was talking to someone last
Maybe they'll
night.
do an animated version of the MCU, just put like beat for beat, same movies.
Mhm.
I was talking to someone last night, and they were saying that there's a good chance they might be doing this just so they can like keep on to the copyright.
No, that's
That
absolutely
makes
what
sense.
they're doing.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, so they're like race to witch mounting, because I don't know if you guys remember.
With
There's
The
that,
Rock, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Let's not talk about that.
the connection between Disney and copyright law extensions is pretty 1-in-1.
yeah.
Mhm.
And
yeah,
it shows because if you go to like any like I went to Orlando a couple weeks ago and I went to Disney Springs and so I went to their big their big Disney store there
let me
and
know,
it's
let me know
like
next time you're in Florida, man. Come on, we can hang out.
true. Wait, aren't you in like Miami?
Yeah,
Or-
but it's like a 3.5 hour drive. I used to go to college in Orlando, so
Yeah,
like, I'm used to
okay.
driving up and down this fucking state.
Anyway, no, but I went to the big Disney store, and it's like, despite the fact that, you know, they got a Lion King reboot coming out, despite the fact that they got an Aladdin remake, despite the fact that there's been a Beauty and the Beast remake out for
Mhm.
like a year and a half, there is no merchandise for those movies at fucking all. It's all the original movies. And I think it's because they fucking know. I think they know that, like...
The thing is, there's definitely movies like I really liked The Jungle Book, and I think it's because the original, because the original could have stood to be different. It wasn't really the greatest of their animated movies, and they did something different with it. Beauty and the Beast was the most pointless thing I've ever seen. It made so much money, but it was literally just Beauty and the Beast. It was,
Well, it had like 2 different songs, I think.
and they were worse. They were worse
Yeah,
songs.
yeah, they were like pretty noticeable.
Like I would look forward to them doing specific remakes of movies that maybe weren't that great, but could be cool. Treasure Planet.
You guys
Black
ready for the
Cauldron.
Black Cauldron remake?
Yeah, Black Cauldron would be like Black Cauldron. Basically ruined Disney animation, but could be really cool if done with live action.
Hey, you know what they could do? They could do Kingdom of the Sun.
I mean, they could do whatever they want.
They could do Kingdom of the Sun. I would like to see that version of Emperor's New Groove be finished. I want to hear that Sting music. Come on. Do Kingdom of the Sun.
They could do a Tarzan Planet of the Apes crossover if they want.
Listen,
They could do whatever
gamers,
they want,
I'm just going to go to archive.org and drop a link to the Sweatbox in chat, and y'all better watch the Sweatbox. It's a good documentary. It was made by Sting's wife. She's trying her best. You know, you gotta...
The Emperor's New Groove, man.
Yeah.
It's interesting stuff. That would be a weird live action movie because that is very tied into animation.
There you go. I posted a link to the Sweatbox documentary. Basically, Sting's wife made a documentary about when they were making the original version of Emperor's New Groove. And then the Disney execs were like, this is shit and bad. Redo this. And then they made Emperor's New Groove instead. It's really fascinating. It's kind of like in a weird release state because like Disney doesn't want to release it, but they're also not like, this can't see the light of day. It's just like, oh, just whatever. It just kind of floats around now. That's neat. I like it.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. What else are we talking about?
So this week
I don't even know what we were talking about right now. I'll be honest.
we're just talking about movies and shit. So this week, I guess Matt can talk about this whenever he comes back. But two very specific Switch ports came out. One that I did a review of, and then one that Matt and I did a stream of.
Oh no.
And the first one is Sniper Elite V2 remastered, which I didn't really. I don't know. I played Sniper Elite V2 back in the day, and I wasn't crazy about it, but it's like a pretty irate, like a pretty alright game. It's alright, and it got a remaster for Switch, so I asked for a review code, and I got it, and it was fine
Still
and
all right.
dandy. Yeah, it's like the same game, except now it has way more content, and it looks pretty good in some areas. You can kind of see it in the review that I did. You should go watch it. It only has under 300 views, and it's like, I don't know, in like really busy daytime levels, it kind of still looks like a late 360 PS3 game. But the night level stuff looks fantastic. But
There are still people who think the Switch is less powerful than the 360 and PS3.
yeah, it's super duper wrong.
People are weird, yeah, because the Wii U was generally more powerful than them, and the Switch is a decent leap over the.
Yeah, the Wii U had a much better GPU than the 360 and PS3, but it had a way worse CPU.
I mean, there's just so much more RAM on this system to do things.
But it's really slow. It's
Yeah,
really slow, bad RAM. But no, I mean, I think what's his name? God, I forget. But there was one YouTuber who was like, "There's no way a system with 4 gigs of RAM is like less powerful than a 360." Like, come on, like it's not gonna happen. But then Saints Row came out.
Oh my god.
Which is the one that Matt and I. Well, I mean, I was looking forward to it. Matt likes Saints Row a lot. I like Saints Row. I like Saints Row 2 more than I like Saints Row 3.
I have never played a Saints Row game.
Well, I would recommend picking up the third one for Switch. However, it's a little fucking broken.
So the game released in a weird state where it didn't really perform well, but it was also kind of technically around the same level as the PS3 version if you played in handheld mode.
Yeah.
If you played in docked, it would hit like the low like teens, and that's
that's no good. Yeah.
So it performs around as well as the PS3 version if you play in handheld mode. And then they released a day one patch a week later.
Yeah, they were supposed to have a day one patch because the game, obviously, I don't understand why ports and remasters have day one patches. That should just not be a thing. Like, if you're gonna port like an old ass game, like, you should really just have that done out the get go.
But
it's very clear the version of the game they released was unfinished.
Yes,
because like subtitles didn't work.
Subtitles didn't work. There was a weird desync issue with the cutscenes. Audio would like be out of sync. And then the patch released, and
they delayed it, and it came out.
It fucked up way more than it fixed.
The game's way worse off.
The game is way worse now. So what they were trying to do was make the game perform better. So they made like the particle effects low res, which, okay, that's fine, whatever. But they also fucked up every single effect in the game.
Yeah. If you watch our stream, which was
on our stream,
our stream, which Matt and I did on Thursday night or Friday night.
Thursday night.
Thursday night.
You can
And
see the effects in the game, the post-process effects, I believe they are. They just don't show up in the middle of the screen. They only show up on the edges, and like the reflections render on the goddamn skybox. They render on this camera instead of on the ground where they're supposed to be, and it's like the weirdest shit. Like, I don't understand how this could even happen.
And there was plenty of other issues we ran into. There's instances where like NPCs and objects would just despawn even in the middle of action. They would just vamoosh. Menus would just soft lock the game. I don't know why. Like, just menus would just stop working or accepting responses. Stuff in the menu itself would just break. Like an improper amount of respect and money would show up. Like, it is busted. It is absolutely busted, and it is such a shame because Saints Row the Third is a really fantastic game.
Yeah, it's a great game, but like this port, oh god, I hope they fix it because like Saints Row the Third, being able to play it on the go and being able to just like play it on this like on the Switch, that's cool, but like, oh my god, it's not in a good state right now. Like it would have been better if they just never patched it. That would have been better, and that is ridiculous because it released in a broken state, but now it's even fucking worse.
I think I heard that it wasn't even available on like some eShop. Like,
they have some issues. They had some issues releasing it on the eShop on day one, and even weirder, the game uses the Switch Online app for voice chat, and it's still not available. You still can't voice chat on the app. They still haven't like updated it to use it yet.
Oh god. Yeah, the pop-up for the Nintendo Switch Online app still shows up when you try to join your friends in co-op, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Absolutely, positively, like really bad. They should have held off on the day one patch and instead just like waited a month to try to get like a 1 gig.
I'm kind of glad that they released it when they did, because if it was going to be in this state anyway when they did the patch later, at least they know now, so they can fix it. Because, like, this is the kind of thing, this kind of stuff that we saw, the glitches we saw, is the kind of thing that happens when you patch a game and don't playtest the patch. I'm pretty sure nobody playtested that patch because it was beyond fucked.
It's very evident this is like it got you guys talking about it. I bet no one would care if it worked perfectly. I would care because Saints Row 3 is a fucking great game, and there's no GTA likes on the Switch.
We were planning to stream it regardless, but now we're like, we have to hold off. We have to wait and see if the game is gonna get any fucking better.
Yeah.
Because like we were probably planning to stream the whole fucking game, but like, holy shit, it's broke.
It's real busted.
Yeah.
God, I really do hope they fix it. And of course, it's also it's made people brought up the idea that like, oh man, if the Switch can't handle a game from 2011, which is not the case. This is just like it's just shoddy porting.
Digital Foundry went into a little more detail on why it might not be working well. So the Saints Row 3 and 4 engine uses deferred rendering, which basically offloads a lot of the rendering to pre-bake some stuff. The easiest way to explain that. And according to actual Switch developers, deferred rendering does not play well with the Switch's chipset. So that might be why it's not running too well. But at the same time, the Saints Row 3 port on the Switch is like pushing for like 1080p. And like it doesn't need to. It would probably run better if they just like lowered the resolution.
Yeah, they really should just like there's definitely some things they could do to
Just lower the
get
resolution
things
to like
running.
Doom level. I don't think anyone will care.
Yeah.
Yeah, most normal people don't care as much about those things as people who subscribe to Digital Foundry. So, like, I feel like most average gamers, it's like people that buy giant TVs and new TVs, and they're all like, "Well, I needed to buy this TV because it's 4K," and then they don't actually have anything that broadcasts in 4K, but they think it's better.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter that much. Also, guys, apparently my Google Hangouts is in Spanish now.
Oh, nice.
Just wanted you to know that. Hola, David. Para comenzar, llame a un amigo y envíe un mensaje aquí debajo. Oh, okay.
Was your Google hacked?
I don't know. My browser might be set to Spanish even.
Que te joden.
Also, why am I using Hangouts? It's 2019.
But
I
yeah,
thought Hangouts was shut down.
no, Hangouts
No,
is fine. Google Plus shut down.
No,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure they're closing.
I think they might be closing Hangouts, but it's still up now. It's still up right now.
I use it sometimes to send messages to myself.
Oh, nice.
Looking good.
Spazzy,
Somebody said, "Are you guys gonna
Spazzy,
talk
the
about
only
Castlevania?"
user on Google Hangouts.
Uh,
He has to send messages to himself.
Yeah, it's lonely.
But yeah,
Very
the
lonely.
Castlevania collection is apparently really broken right now. That's cool.
Is it broken?
At least the PC version is. Apparently, they released a really bad version of Castlevania 1. They released the original version of Castlevania 1, which was like a really poor conversion of the Famicom Disk System version to the NES. Which will crash after a while because so much stuff builds up that the game just can't handle it anymore. Instead of releasing like the fixed version, which is the one that most people have played and the one that usually gets re-released when they re-release Castlevania 1. So they literally downloaded a bad Castlevania ROM off the internet and slapped it in a game that they're selling for $20.
Also, the screenshots they've shared of the collection just has like the aspect ratio looks all kind of fucked.
Yeah, apparently you can't remap controls, which is, I guess, not a normal
I'm
thing
buying
for
it on
these kind
Switch
of
right now.
collections. But, like, that would be nice considering that they're literally just, like, licensing fan-made emulators that you can use to remap controls.
I know that they're updating it with the Japanese versions of the game soon.
Oh, I hope so,
That'd be
because,
nice.
like, having the Famicom Disk System version of Castlevania 3 would be preferable. The music's better, and it's less bullshit.
Yeah, it's less like, for instance, Bloodlines is like crazy censored. It doesn't really affect the game at all, but like they take away blood and crosses and all sorts of stuff.
Spazzy, are you okay? You're entering the Robo Zone.
Oh
no!
Oh, no. Downloading the Castlevania collection ruined his internet.
That's exactly what happened.
Oh my god!
Too much.
Pause the download, Spazzy. Stop it. Oh god. But yeah, I really like Castlevania. I especially really like classic Castlevania. I recorded the Castlevania footage for Relax Alex's Know Your Moves Belmonts. And like revisiting those games is like, wow, these games are still like super really good. And it's just like, I'm sad that this collection is in such a bad state because not as many people have played the classic Castlevanias these days, like modern gamers, as they have the Metroidvania Castlevanias, the Egavanias, and like they should really experience classic Castlevania because those are some good games with really tight design and like really focused like progression and stuff like that. And that's like, that's cool. These games are great. I wish people could play them better.
Yeah.
Spazzy's literally been hit by Dracula's curse. What
Ugh.
a
All right,
horrible
is that any
night
better
to have
now?
a curse.
Still,
It's
still
still
total
kind of.
robot. I can't
Yep.
tell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, what's
He's fucking exploded.
Especially when I went back and played Castlevania 1, like, that game is phenomenal. And, like,
Yeah.
the fact that that's the broken game on the collection is just like, no, please. Please release good version of Castlevania 1. Please fix Castlevania 1. That's so good. Spazzy's
There he
still
goes
dead.
again.
Bazzy.
He really has been hit by Dracula's curse. Every time he leaves the Discord chat, that text box appears over his head,
Oh no.
and he has to read the whole thing and wait for it to scroll and then press A.
all right? How's that?
Okay,
That's
there we
better.
go. We fully
Alright.
transitioned to daytime in Simon's Quest now.
My problem with the games, and I mean this is not a hot take, is that Rebirth isn't on there because Rebirth is impossible to actually get legally now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Castlevania: The Adventure Rebirth is impossible to acquire now, and they really dropped the ball by just releasing the original Game Boy version. And I'm assuming the reason
Because
that they don't have
Castlevania:
Castlevania,
The Adventure.
yeah, Castlevania: The Adventure sucks.
That's what it might be the worst Castlevania game.
it probably is.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming the reason that they don't have Adventure Rebirth on there is because they'd have to license Dolphin, and I'm assuming that Nintendo doesn't want a running version of Dolphin anywhere near the Switch. So yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, but that one's a little upsetting.
Yeah. I for some reason I really thought they were going to do Adventure Rebirth because they revealed that
Rondo,
they had the
I have a feeling.
Nope.
they revealed that they had Castlevania: The Adventure 2 on there, and it's like, okay, so one of the secret games must be Adventure Rebirth, and that would be cool because like Adventure Rebirth and Bloodlines are games that hadn't been re-released at that point. And we got Bloodlines, but we didn't get Adventure Rebirth, and that's unfortunate because I did sit down and play a little bit of Adventure Rebirth for capture footage of it, and that game is also very, very good.
Yeah, I own it. I've beaten it. It's good. Play it if you can, which you probably can't.
If anybody was able to buy it in time before the Wii Shop channel shut down, launch it up. If you haven't played it, it's a good game. Good game.
I have a feeling that if they do another collection, it's not going to include Symphony. It might do the Metro Symphony.
Oh no.
I think we're not going to see a collection with Rondo of Blood or Symphony of the Night ever. They're just gonna skip it.
I think it's because they're kind of popular enough on their own.
Well, Rondo isn't, but Symphony, yeah. Symphony can sell on its own, and they don't want to compete with their own collection.
Yeah. I would like if there was a better version of Rondo and Symphony, and if it came to the Switch, that would be an instant purchase from me.
Yeah, I wish it was the PC engine version, because like the PSP version has horrible screen crunch. Whoa.
Oh.
Rondo, #1 name for newborn boys in Brooklyn.
Ooh.
Call your girl Khaleesi.
Oh fuck! I forgot to bring this up when we were talking about video game movies. But that guy who has like a website dedicated to the Super Mario Brothers movie, he was able to get someone somewhere sent him in a VHS tape with like an earlier cut of the movie, which has like a ton of deleted scenes on it that like people have never seen.
Oh my god.
So there's that. I guess we'll be seeing what that
has
looks
he posted
like.
anything about that yet?
He's posted a picture of the VHS tape.
Yep.
And I think he's posted a couple screenshots. but I think right now they're just looking into just
Get
like,
everything documented.
how to even fucking release it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably like legal restrictions on releasing that footage.
Yeah, exactly. I know there was like one guy who got like a weird like advanced cut of Little Shop of Horrors, and he just put all the deleted stuff on Vimeo,
Hmm.
which is cute. It's cute. uh, what else? Oh yeah, Mario Maker.
Mario Maker 2 had a direct this week. I have not watched it, but I'm very aware that
There's a game called Mario Maker 2.
There's mysterious Murasame Castle content in that, which is badass.
I sold Matt on Mario Maker 2 with one of the features they introduced, which also very much so sold me on Mario Maker 2, which is online versus and co-op.
Mm-hmm.
That is fantastic.
The fact that there's actually online in a fucking Mario game is unheard of, because like people have been asking for them to do online for the longest fucking time. It's like, it was understandable that there wasn't in like New Super Mario Brothers Wii, because like online sucked back then, but like New Super Mario Brothers U released without online, and then like they do this whole thing where like the Mario parties never have a true online, because it wouldn't be the same as sitting down with people at a couch. And it wouldn't work because they're bad at programming online for those games. As you can see with how horrible the online is in Super Mario Party.
Programming platformers online is not easy because it's all
absolutely.
about precision.
I can imagine. I hope the online is good in Mario Maker 2. It's not like too laggy or has too much desync. But like, if they can get that working, it'll be the key to all of this.
Yeah.
Because it's a funnier thing than they've ever done before.
It's a funnier character than we've seen before.
Yeah.
But yeah,
their that coupon system, that ticket system is really good.
Yeah, the game voucher.
It's good if you have
I'm
space.
probably gonna use it.
It's like it's like a $100 gift card, except you get discounts and there's
But
money.
you also get gold. Don't you also get
gold coins? You get like another like $5.
Yeah, on top of the 100, whatever that you get normally.
It's good if you have the space to actually download those games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you use it for like Smash Ultimate, I'm sorry, that's like half your Switch.
I have Smash Ultimate downloaded.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I just.
Oh shit!
I think.
Oh no!
Oh my God, Spazzy.
Still downloading the game, man.
Stop! Just pause it.
You can pause the download.
Ah!
Though I'm pretty sure at the same time, if you have the money to spend on a $100 eShop gift card, you probably have the money to buy an SD card that's like sizable to hold digital games.
Yeah.
I would at least assume so.
I would hope so.
That was my first investment. Was
it's kind of like how there's that one guy. Man, I just want to talk about this real quick. There was a City Skylines physical was announced for North America. That's badass. I'm gonna buy that eventually. But no, there was like a Twitter moment. I woke up to a fucking Twitter moment of people saying like how they would improve on the Switch, and one guy was like, I wish they would add a second SD card slot because I really hate swapping micro SD cards. And I'm just like, just buy a bigger micro SD card.
Well, I mean, if you buy everything currently available digitally on the Switch, that might be a problem.
Yeah, but just buy like a 512 and don't install what you're not playing.
It must be nice to have money.
It is, man. You should try it sometime.
I think no. I think if you have the money to buy like multiple micro SD cards, like you can buy one of the larger
ones. They're not expensive because there's Amazon has deals on them like constantly. You just gotta keep your eye out and then pick up like a 250 or whatever for
Even the bigger ones have like come down in price so much that like I think buying like the 400 gigs are now hitting like $50. If you buy like 256 gigs, like that's more money than just buying the 400 gig one.
256 right now on
It's
Amazon
like 30. Yeah.
is $16.
Yeah, there you go. Oh no, that's the scam one. Don't do that.
Termank's a reputable company.
Yeah, no, buy Samsung, kids. Buy Samsung and SanDisk and Kingston and PNY.
You can get a SanDisk with a Nintendo Switch like Mario Mushroom, like Nintendo Switch branded for $24.
Yeah, there you go.
128 gigabytes, which means you can get an actual 128 gigabytes for cheaper. But
yeah.
Man, I just worry about how I'm going to get enough money to buy games. I don't want to worry about how I'm going to get enough money to store my games.
Why do I have to buy a video game
then
system?
just
That's an
buy
extra $300. You gotta buy stuff, man.
Just buy the physical then.
Help the economy.
I can't buy a physical of Warframe, and that shit is taking up almost all of my Switch, dude.
But Warframe's free.
Yeah, but like, I gotta uninstall it if I need more space, and then I gotta reinstall it when I want to play Warframe.
The investment you're putting towards Warframe is just the SD card.
Yeah, but like,
as opposed to if you're buying a real big boy, real ass video game, you could just buy the physical cartridge if you're low on space.
Just like don't go out to eat 2 or 3 times and you've paid for that SD card.
Colin,
Not even that.
Colin,
good. What?
Like,
you're very aware that there are many Switch games that just aren't released physical, and also like have half the data not on the physical cartridge.
I'm aware.
Like the NBA game.
Resident Evil Revelations 2 takes up my entire Switch.
I'm aware, but like,
and if I want to play Just Dance on the Xbox, I gotta buy a Kinect. Oh no, I have to buy something to play a game.
But like a 128 gigabyte micro SD card is like literally cheaper than most of these fucking games. And once you buy it, you don't need to worry about it again.
I just like I have no money. I need money. Please donate to Super Chat and give AShadowLink money.
I had to do the same fucking thing when I had a base PS4 and I only had the 500 gig hard drive and every fucking game was 50 gigs. You just have to manage your storage.
There's just certain games that are stupidly big that I don't want to delete. I already deleted Resident Evil Revelations 2 once, and I want to keep that so I can play raid mode.
I have to say that there's just way too much that needs to be downloaded on video game systems nowadays. That is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I play on PC, so I'm used to this shit, but like, it takes way longer to download games on the Switch than it does for PC, and then that's not an investment I want to put in.
Not when you're wired. XD.
I mean, even when you're wired, it still takes a while.
No.
There's a cap.
It's a very high cap.
But yeah, it doesn't really work. If I
Sure.
give you money, you'll just spend it on another copy of the... I didn't even buy The Quiet Man. Somebody bought it for me. That's how poor I am. I couldn't buy The Quiet Man.
Yeah, the size I got was 128 gigabytes.
You know what's actually funny? I didn't even buy an SD card for my Switch when I got the Switch. I already had a 200 gigabyte SD card lying around. So I just popped that in. And, sorry, there was a fly. And, I got it.
What's the largest size that the Switch can use for micro SD at the moment?
1
2
terabyte.
terabyte, but that doesn't even exist yet. So 1 terabyte. Because there are 1 terabyte cards out now, but I mean, if you're not
They're
looking
like
to spend
$400.
Yeah, if you're not looking to spend a pretty penny, the 512 gigs just hit like $90-$80.
Does the Switch take external hard drives?
Not yet.
No,
It should.
I would say.
Yeah.
It should. That's That's why there's a USB 3 port on the back, or at least that's what Reggie said.
Yeah,
So
because like I have a whole bunch of broken laptops with hard drives that aren't getting used. I could just like salvage one of those. I did that for my Wii U. I took a hard drive out of a laptop, put it in a case, and then strapped it to my Wii U.
I wonder if there was a I wonder if there's like some weird like security concerns that they have with plugging a external hard drive into a Switch.
People have already figured out how to plug in thumb drives and hack it. So like,
well, we talked all
that's
about Mario Maker. You know,
yeah.
You just started bitching about SD cards.
Yeah,
I don't know where.
Yeah.
Where we got off.
So Mario Maker 2, guys.
Same Castle. You know what I like? I like that Takamaru is a character that Nintendo uses as much as possible, but has no intention of actually remake or including in a real way in a game. But they constantly put Takamaru and stuff. It's kind of frustrating.
Nintendo,
Someday.
I already have an idea for a Murasame Castle reboot. I sketched out the plot, the basic gameplay. Hire me. AShadowLink, you can find me at Matthew Levenska at gofuckyourselves.com.
Nintendo, hire this man.
One day you're going to be the ShadowLink.
Ooh.
AShadowLink. I'm
You'll
going to
be
be very proud
Doug
of you.
ShadowLink.
I'm already John
People
Source
aren't talking
Gaming,
enough
so
about
like
with Mario Maker.
Yeah.
You essentially get a brand new Nintendo developed Mario game because there's a loose story mode. People are like, it's a dumb story mode. I'm like, every Mario game has a stupid story mode. It's not any good. It's a Mario game. But you have 100 levels.
Yeah.
the default is the default like for the story mode is like it looks like Super Mario 3D World, right? Because I've seen screenshots of that. That's a cool aesthetic to have a new 2D Mario game in.
Yeah.
3D World stuff actually is, once again, when people say how stagnant a lot of 2D Mario development has got, it plays and seems really different from the new Super Mario Brothers games, which is good.
Yeah, which is why what they're doing is if you when you're in the level creator and you switch to 3D World, it actually kind of clears out whatever you're doing because 3D World is going to play so much differently compared to all of the 2D stuff.
And that opens the door for like other Mario games. There's a tease. It says extra game styles. So maybe there's like a hidden Super Mario 2 style, or maybe they'll release a Super Mario Doki Doki Panic style.
There was a tweet I retweeted that said what was I gonna say? It was just like development facts. Super Mario Maker 2 is actually just a reskin of Doki Doki Panic Maker.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm thinking that they can finally like make game modes in there based on games with like completely radically different movesets.
I would like, you know what actually I would like to see? Because what's interesting is that despite the fact that they're adding a 3D world creator, it's still kind of locked to the 2D plane, which I think still can like do a lot. Sunshine. I would like to see how the flood would work in 2D as opposed to how terrible and awful and the worst and Nintendo should be ashamed it plays in 3D.
I think the most likely ones for new styles are Land 2.
Oh, that's true. Land 2.
Because I feel like Galaxy would just be playing a lot with kind of the physics of it.
Yeah.
And of course, yeah, Doki Doki Panic Super Mario 2 USA.
Give me Super Mario 64 style so I can dive and backwards long jump.
I can't wait for the auto-scrolling Mario 64 Mario Maker stages where all you hear is because you know that's gonna fucking happen if they do
Yahoo! Yahoo!
Oh man, I'm wondering, you know, once again going back to the little Takamaru appearance, I wonder just how much is going to be in there. Are they going to bring back the costumes from the first one?
They better bring back RNO.
I'm hoping
Baby
there'll be a
Metal.
fucking Tekamaru costume this time.
I would think so if they're gonna bring costumes back. Just seeing what they did already, you know.
I know a lot of people have been like, have been saying like, oh, I mean, they had to do the direct because there was no way they were going to show Mario Maker 2 at E3 before it comes out. But I guarantee they will have like one big ol' cool boy reveal for Mario Maker
Mario
2
Maker.
at E3.
It's going to show some footage of Mario Maker 2. It's going to zoom in on the Eraser Dog, and then BAM! Eraser Dog erases in.
Yeah.
And there you go. There's your next Smash Brothers DLC character. There we go. We filled the quota. We've talked about Smash Brothers once on the stream. We can stop now.
Mario,
But Google theory.
dude, we're not talking about Google theory. That's the first rule of Google theory. You know? What was I gonna say? Something about Mario Maker? Yeah, you know. Have you guys seen what the sun looks like in New Super Mario Brothers?
Yeah.
That is a choice they made. That sure
I've
is a
seen
design
shit.
choice. Yeah. I
The
don't know.
one thing I don't like from what I've seen is that the Blue Toad in 3D World has his colors inverted, which fucks with me so hard. That's not the Blue Toad that I know.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know how much there is to say about Mario Maker because I wasn't somebody that actually owned the first one.
I mean,
excited.
Me too.
Yeah.
I
I'm excited for this one.
owned the first one, but I don't think I would really say that I like, you know, anything else really about it. I only play Mario Maker to fucking play the custom levels. I don't play it for the
Mhm.
Mario making. Maybe I will now that the single player campaign seems this could be pretty badass. But like I'm all in it for the custom levels, which is why I think Mario Maker 3DS is probably the worst thing they've ever done ever. Like hands down Nintendo's worst game next to like Urban Champion. It's just you know like fucking worst. I just want to play my custom levels, and now that they're giving me more ways to do it in Mario Maker 2, including with online and local, you know what? Badass. I'm ready.
Mario Maker
think all
3DS
of
is
the
completely
stuff that-
obsolete now.
all the stuff they're doing with the moon is really interesting because that's really the first way that they're remixing kind of stage elements with kind of like the rising lava or acid or whatever it is in the forest stage and the gravity. The moon gravity is going to be great. Speaking of Super Mario Land 2.
Can we get the moon from Majora's Mask in Super Mario Maker?
It's going to be a level, I'm sure.
I just looked up this Angry Sun thing from Mario Maker because I hadn't seen it. And it looks like a Zelda asset. It doesn't even look like it belongs in Mario.
Post it in stream channel so I can
will.
download it.
It's definitely a design choice, man.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's
Whoa.
like people are saying. It's just really out of place.
Yeah, it's something, all right.
This looks
Yeah,
like the
exactly.
sun mask from Majora's Mask.
Worse than Mario Tennis Ultra Smash? Absolutely. Mario Maker 3DS is far and away like the worst thing Nintendo's ever done.
Mhm.
Because it is just building and nothing else. You can't like
You can
download
share with Street Pass.
That's so dumb. No one does that anymore. Also, I don't trust random people at MagFest to be good at making Mario levels like random people on the internet are. God, I hated that. I hated that so much. It's like 3/4 of the game just like outright removed.
Mhm.
Ugh. Ugh.
All right, so is that Mario Maker? Anything else?
Hold on. I have been sparked by the chat. I realize
wanna talk a little
what
bit
this
about the Sega Genesis
what
mini.
this sun reminds me of. because Voyager put it in the chat. It looks like the fucking sun from Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, a lot of people point that out.
Yeah. It's fucking weird, dude. Alright, I'm just gonna leave this sun on the screen. Hope you guys enjoy.
You know what I'm
Well,
looking forward to?
I'm gonna go to bed actually.
Oh
No.
shit. Okay.
Because
Oh,
it's
shit.
like 1:30.
Have a good one, Push.
Have a
Dustin.
good one, Push.
We're gonna talk about the
Yeah.
Sega Genesis
But
Classic.
I was gonna
and then wrap
talk
up.
to about Push with Sega Genesis Classic.
You
Aw.
can talk to me about the Sega Genesis Classic.
But you're not Push.
Yeah, but I own a Sega Genesis.
I own one too.
I grew up with
Classic. I think this might be the best mini
console.
system.
Crack
Yeah.
skipping monster.
I'm excited for the Sega Genesis Mini because it looks like it's actually a good system. Like the
M2's
US
doing
version.
emulation, and M2's awesome. They do all of the Sega Ages stuff, so they do a really, really good job. And then, like, it's amazing. They got the Disney games, they got like the Konami games you want, they've got the Capcom games you want, all sorts of stuff. Oh, guys, I have to take a call. I'll be back.
Oh shit.
So,
So
Never
hey,
mind. I guess we're not talking about the Mega Drive Mini
Hi.
anymore.
make sure to mute yourself. Yeah. Okay.
I'm just gonna mute him.
Okay. Cool. Thanks.
I mean, the thing with the Genesis and Mega Drive Minis that have always been weird. It isn't even like the Genesis isn't even fucking hard to emulate. It's just that, like, for whatever reason, those at-games consoles have always just been like extra bad at doing it.
Mm.
Don't let Phantom in here. Don't let Phantom in
Don't
here.
let him in. Don't let him
Don't
in.
let
here.
him in.
Don't let me into my zone.
We've got a new expansion for our Source Gaming mascot, Turles the Manfox. I have improved him.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
That's creepy.
Oh, you know what? I know what we can talk about to kill the time. We can talk about how the Epic Game Store is still bad. This weekend, the Epic Game Store decided to run a mega sale. The first sale to ever be done on the Epic Game Store. And they didn't ask developers for permission to put their games on sale.
Oh.
Including Borderlands 3, which means they had to take Borderlands off of the Epic Game Store.
Oh.
Oh my god, this company thinks they can take on Steam, and yet they are somehow worse than Uplay. What a fucking disgrace. What a fucking company. What a goddamn power move.
I knew that they were doing a sale. I didn't know that they didn't tell anybody that they were doing a sale.
They didn't fucking tell anyone. It's rough.
That's fucking
Did they-
incredible.
Do they have the power to do that with their contracts?
Yeah. Maybe. Unless they just did it. Well, I guess they're not allowed to because they had to take Borderlands 3 off of the store.
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing.
Oh
Best
my
planning.
God.
You missed it. What happened? Well, Epic Games decided to do a $10 off sale this week, or whatever they were doing, and they didn't contact the developers before doing it. So a lot of games went on sale that developers didn't want to go on sale, including Borderlands 3, which had to be taken off the store.
They just like it's amazing because it's like every time I've taken like an extra 5 days to maybe work on this Epic Game Store video I want to make, they just do something shitty and kind of prove that people hate them for a reason, and it's not just like, I'm mad because a game isn't on Steam. It's just them being bad. It's them not making something worth anyone's time or attention under the guise of competition, despite the fact that
And that's a really annoying phone ring. I should really change the default ring.
You should use the you should somehow download the iPhone by the Seaside ring.
Might
The
just
one that's
do Mario yelling "yeah" a lot as my ring. Actually,
There you go.
Oh, yeah, get the backwards long jump. Put that as your ringtone. That's
yeah, sorry.
perfect.
My dad had some surgery yesterday, so I had to go see how he was doing.
Hope everything's doing oakley dokley.
He's doing all right.
Nice.
So, what are we talking about now?
We were talking about Epic Games.
We were
and
talking about how
they're
the Epic
dumb.
Store is bad.
But yeah, anyways, the Sega Genesis Mini, getting back to that, has an amazing game selection. Good emulation behind it. 40 games, 10 which have not yet been released. I'm really excited to see if they make Wily Wars, which has never really been available in the States, emulate well, because it didn't actually play well in the first place, but I think they might tweak it a bit.
Well, the problem is that there was a 60 hertz version on the Sega channel, but the cartridge version everyone knows and has been ripped to the internet like a million times.
Yeah.
Is the 50 hertz PAL version, which just plays slower and worse.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm sure they're not going to give us the worst version of it just because of the people involved
Well,
with this.
Yeah, not like Sony.
Exactly. So yeah, excited for that. I think it's weird that we still don't have Sonic 3 or Sonic and Knuckles. I hope those are actually on there because those would be glaring omissions. I'm super excited for Beyond Oasis, which I mean, games that I played, but I'm really happy they're on there. Vector Man,
Comic Zone.
Comic Zone, Castle of Illusion. Like I said, the Disney stuff is good. Bloodlines, I just bought on the Switch, but that's a
Put
great one.
Splatterhouse on there, you cowards.
Yeah,
Pussy Star 4.
Wait, what? Put
Put
Splatterhouse 2 and 3 on there.
Yeah,
boys.
and Moonwalker.
Yeah.
That Moonwalker ain't happening. That's one license too far.
Yeah.
Namco stuff. So I could actually see a couple of Namco games, including Splatterhouse, be
Splatterhouse 2 and 3 would actually be pretty badass though.
Yeah.
Because those games have gotten nothing.
I almost forgot Splatterhouse 2 and 3 existed for a moment.
Yeah.
I think the big thing is just there's only 10 left. And there's still a couple games that probably should be on there. Once again, there's 2 Sonic games left that should probably be on there.
Or maybe they'll just do Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Is everyone's favorite Toe Jam and Earl on there? I gotta look at this full list. I actually haven't really. I'm not big on these mini consoles because I have the actual console and an EverDrive, so I don't really need to go out and do this. I like that they exist though. I just don't like the fact that people hold them up in this weird regard as the be all end all way of playing these things.
Well, I mean, it's the way a lot of people. It's the way a lot of people will be able to play them. I just put something in the stream chat. I guess IGN, but it has the full list so far, and it's a really good list.
Okay. Let me look at it right now. Let me put on my glasses. Let me put on my boomer shoes and let's judge this list. Echo the Dolphin, Castlevania Bloodline. Okay. Shining Force, Robotnik's Mean Meme Machine, Toe Jam and Earl, good. Comic Zone, Snoik, Altered Beast, Gunstar Heroes, Snoik 2, Earthworm Jim, interesting. Castle of Illusion and World of Illusion, I like that. Thunder Force 3, Super Fantasy Zone, Shinobi 3, Streets of Rage 2, Hardcore, Contra, Landstalker, okay. Mega Man, Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition, I guess. Sonic Spinball, Phantasy Star 4, Beyond Oasis, Ghouls and Ghosts, Alex Kidd, Golden Axe, Vector
Man, Kid Chameleon.
Yeah, and Wonder Boy.
Oh, and Monster World, which is a great one too. Yeah, it has most of the Genesis games you'd want, and some rare ones, and yeah, I feel like it's good.
I would like to see Splatterhouse 2 or 3. I would like to see Rolling Thunder 2. I would like to see this one's a joke, but it'd be really funny if they did it anyway. Well, they should put TMNT Hyperstone Heist on there.
Should actually put Mortal Kombat 3 on there.
Yeah. put a little bit of a zero tolerance on there.
Okay,
maybe?
Push Dustin had to go to bed, so Spazzy will now consume him and then become him.
All right.
But there's no Rise Star, so that's you know, for no Rise Star or Rocket.
You know, I lived most of my life with people telling me that Hyperstone Heist is not good,
Terrible.
and it's not. It's I like it. It's like a little faster than well, it's a little faster
I think
than.
I think Turtles in Time is a better game, but I think
Oh,
Hyperstone Heist.
absolutely.
I think Hyperstone Heist deserves like recognition and is a good game in its own right and is different enough that it's definitely fun to play. It's not like Turtles in Time replaces it, you know?
Oh yeah, they should also put Aladdin on here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we'll get that. That would be great though. I mean, they do have some Disney stuff already.
Yeah. I think the difference is that Disney stuff was made by
Yeah.
Well, no, because now Disney Interactive just has all the licenses to that.
Yep.
Because they put Aladdin on Good Old Games like a couple years back.
They can probably get the Disney games if they tried.
Yeah.
I think they did put the best Streets of Rage and the best Shinobi on there. And it's fine not to put like a bunch of versions of those games.
They should put Eternal Champions on here.
What they should put in there is the X-Men game. That's a license they won't get. But X-Men 2 Clone Wars was great, and the first X-Men was like a
Have you guys ever played Eternal Champions?
I have played Eternal Champions. It was a big deal once upon a time.
Once upon a time. Have you ever played the X-Force? Their Sega's answer to Donkey Kong Country?
Oh, I don't. Maybe. Let me look it up. Is it just like the letter X?
It's it's not great. Is it called X-Force? No, that's the team from that's like the special ops thing from Deadpool. What's the
Danger X? No, I'm looking at just random Genesis games now.
I'm just gonna look up Eternal Champions, go to the Wikipedia page, because it'll say it. Eternal Champions Special Move Edition for the Tiger Electron. Okay, it's not looking. I'll look at that. Let's see. Experts. That's a terrible name.
This is a bad name. But I mean, it was the 90s.
Yeah,
everything was an X.
Experts. Oh man. Oh man. You know, okay. So like I remember this game looking bad. Holy shit. Can we just put a little
I do not remember this game at all.
This game looks so fucking terrible. I'm putting a link to the video in chat.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. Holy shit, I forgot about this fucking game.
Try to turn like the Mortal Kombat digitized assets into like some sort of beat 'em up.
Oh man, they really wanted this to be like, no guys, we can have digitized 3D graphics too on the Genesis like Donkey Kong Country can, but oof.
This must have cost so much money to make.
Yeah, unfortunately.
All right, so I guess we talked about the Sega Genesis Classic a little bit. I get what you're saying, but a lot of people, this is going to be the way that they replay those old games because they're not able to emulate or buy old hardware. So actually good, and this looks like it's going to be good. And I feel like once again, because there's a good company behind the emulation, that they're probably going to add a lot of features to it. It's not going to be as bare bones as like, especially the Sony one, but even the Nintendo ones. So.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what's next?
I mean, that's really about it. I don't know if there's really anything else that comes to mind. I went to Universal Orlando. I don't think anyone gives a shit about that, but Universal Studios Orlando is cool.
I used to work there for many years.
The Harry Potter world. I'm not a big Harry Potter fan, but those areas are badass.
The butterbeer is so good, but you gotta get the frozen butterbeer.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. The chilled buttered beer, as they call it, is just flat cream soda. It's kind of gross.
If you're gonna do that, then just get a shot of rum from the bar and put it in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
yeah.
Next time, I like excuses to go up to Orlando and go to theme parks. That's the only reason I said that before. I'm like, next time, let me know, man.
I will. The problem was I was with like a big group of friends, so we were kind of always. No, let me rephrase that. I was with a group of friends, and then this like one married couple from Missouri who were just the fucking worst. So
Missouri sucks.
Yeah, Missouri's bad. Fuck Missouri.
Yeah, I'm sorry if anyone.
No, didn't they just outlaw abortions? Fuck Missouri. It's terrible.
I don't think so. I know Alabama did.
I think Missouri's also up there. So fuck Missouri. Getting a little political, but
I don't think it's political to say
let's,
fuck Missouri.
Yeah, exactly.
Politics aside, Missouri is a boring place. The weather is bad, and it just sucks. Politics.
It was a bunch of states. It wasn't just one, because also Georgia went through with it too.
Yeah, Georgia did, and yeah, I know Missouri did as well. I just verified that.
There you go. Bada bing. Your dad is always reading the news.
Get boomer. How? Why did the Generation Z, I guess the Zoomers, call everyone boomers when only a very small subsect and not the people they're actually referring to are part of are actual boomers?
Because 20 is the new 30, apparently.
Yeah, I'm a 21-year-old boomer.
Yeah.
Okay,
I like the N64. I'm a boomer.
I think it's just another way of 90s kids trying to feel extra special compared to the people that were also born in the late 90s, early 2000s, who more or less experienced the same exact shit they did, but because they weren't born, like, there was like a 5-year difference, they want to make it, they want to feel different. I don't know, because I just remember years ago, you'd have like all the 90s kids who were like, if you were born after 96, you couldn't have experienced wonderful 1990s inventions like 3D Doritos or Wonder Ball. And it's like, I mean, those were around until like 2005. It's like, no, it was a 90s thing only. You just couldn't. So I think it's just another way of making the younger feel younger and the slightly older feel a little more special.
I don't know, man. As someone that was born in the early 80s, I don't give a shit. I don't get it, and you guys do what you want, man. That's.
But I like. Have you been to Disney Springs a lot?
Because Disney Springs used to be
downtown Disney.
Downtown Disney, and before that it was Pleasure Island.
I never made the connection until I saw the big ESPN thing they're building, and I went, "Oh, that's where that used to be."
But now basically what used to be downtown Disney is like a small part of this like big kind of capitalist.
It's like a big strip mall.
Yeah, but it's actually pretty
fantastic.
Cool. I like it.
It's really well made. All the restaurants they have are
very
like,
specific things there. You're like, I would like to go to a haberdasher and get a new hat. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want something, it is there.
All the restaurants there. I mean, I just said that, but like all the restaurants there are like real neato. Because there's like such a variety. Because you can just go to like either the fried chicken place, the Italian family style restaurant, the fucking like Japanese ramen place.
What I like is that they have a lot of places that are, kind of like those fast food tapas type things where you just go and there's like a stand in the middle and you get like whatever, a rice bowl or a hot dog or whatever.
Yeah.
But all of those also always have one type of alcohol there.
Mm-hmm. Just like Uncle Walt intended.
Yeah, exactly.
I never realized how alcohol friendly Disney was until the last 2 times I've been to Florida. Because oh man, when you go to Epcot during the Food and Wine Festival.
Oh man, I love food and wine. October is my
good.
October's my favorite time for the theme parks because I dig Horror Nights a lot. No, it's not for everybody, but I really like it.
That's the next time I plan on going because I went last year during all the Halloween and Food and Wine stuff, and I was like, yeah, again.
Yeah, like I used to work Horror Nights when I worked at Universal. Like, and I'm just a big. I'm not like a huge horror person because I feel like if you say you're a horror fan, there's people that are actual specific horror fans that watch all of the shit movies and the schlock movies, and they know like there's a specific type of person that's a horror fan. But I do kind of like that atmosphere and horror in general, and I love Horror Nights, man.
Yeah. You know what's this is actually I don't know if I don't know how long they've been doing this, but there's a store on the Hollywood Boulevard in Universal that sells props from Universal rides and movies. Did you know about this?
Is that near like the horror makeup thing, or maybe where Luke?
Yes, it's like across the street. Yeah, I didn't know about that until the last time I went to Universal, and it is so the last time I went to Universal was 6 months ago. So it was really, and that was during all the Halloween Horror Nights shit. So it was really surreal to walk around Universal and to see all of these little, promotional items and whatnot that they had, all these signs and whatnot. And then to go 6 months later and to go into that store and all that stuff is like being sold off, along with like parts of the Terminator 2 ride they're taking down.
It's
like,
interesting.
I could buy the Cyberdyne logo and also a big advertisement for waffle flavored slushies.
I mean, why wouldn't you want a big advertisement for waffle slushies?
Yeah, it's only a measly $100, Just take that home with you on the plane.
And I used to go, because I worked there, and then even when I moved back, I would go up all the time. But when I ended up breaking up with my ex, we didn't go for a while because we didn't have money. And then I hadn't been up for a while. And my current girlfriend's not like huge on theme parks, so I'm not going up as much as I used to. Yeah. I love that theme park life.
I love it.
Well, good stuff. All right. Hey, chat. Do you want us to say anything? Do you want us to do anything? Because I'm thinking.
If you have any
I don't know how these guys-
questions, give questions right now. We need to push to the 2-hour mark for that sweet YouTube clout.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that really helps our metrics to have a 2-hour freaking video on it.
There you go. So ask away, kids.
Yeah, we'll answer any questions.
Even better if you ask in the form of a super chat.
If you ask anything related to Smash, you need to donate at least 69 cents. Could you talk about Game of Thrones? We did. It was on another
Smash
Source Gaming. There was more. There was another episode, wasn't there? Spazzy, did you watch the other episode?
Which one?
The recent episode. Did you watch it?
Dude, I'm not hearing you. I don't know if it's you or me.
Oh shit. Yeah. You keep cutting in and out. Did you watch the recent Game of Thrones episode?
Did.
How was it? And how much did you hate it?
I just kind of feel vindicated because I've been saying since season 6 that the writing's getting worse. Finally agreeing with me.
Are you playing the bass?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's question time.
I feel I get frustrated though because I feel like I keep getting people that are saying the big twist in Game of Thrones, or they're like, well, people are just saying the writing's bad because they don't like where it's going. And I'm all like, yeah, there's a lot of people that are like that, but I think the writing's bad because I just think the writing's bad. It's not where they are, it's how they got there. We've completely gone off the deep end, says Phantom.
Do you want me to pull out my accordion? I can.
I have some bongos I can go grab, but
oh shit.
Next week, that's all we're gonna do.
The Source Gaming Ensemble.
Yes, we should go. I have things I'd like to do. That
Let me go get my accordion.
You know what?
I was just trying to play some soothing question answering music, and you guys got fucking distracted.
Phantom, I want you to come in and take over for the next hour. We're gonna extend this for an hour. It's just gonna be Phantom, no one else.
We all just like leave the Discord chat, but like he joins and just starts spouting off bullshit. No,
Oh,
we're gonna
man.
end in like 2 seconds. Oh god. Oh god. Oh hey, pizza. Thank you for the pizza.
Don't eat so much pizza and buy an SD card.
No, that's Matthew who needs the SD card, not me. I can enjoy
Well, buy
the finer
Matthew an
things in
SD
life.
card then.
I can enjoy the finer things in life, like pizza and playing the bass. All right, fine. I'll get my bass guitar again. Shit.
Oh shit! I unplugged my my headphones.
Oh god damn
Oh,
it!
shit.
All right. Hey, guys, no, let's go.
Bye.
Bye, guys. This has been a great
No,
Source
no,
Gaming.
You can leave. We're gonna end on the first ever Source Gaming jam sesh.
All right, well,
You fucker.
you guys have a good time with the. We're down to 21 people now. 21. Great time. Later. Well, theory has been debunked by this jam session. Oh god.
I'm so fucking sorry.
Just end it. Just end the stream right now. Don't even don't apologize.
Thank you to the Duke of Dorks.
Duke of
Duke
Dorks.
of Dorks, super patron. Links his channel in the description below.